Atımlıkiyatı o şirketinde o testimde o Cupido. Hatu. Anyways, I wanted to talk about Corona, Corona 666. I didn't put it in the title. I'm not sure if they've got if they have technology to scan the words that are being said in the video. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about Corona 666, And how does 666 transfer to the human vessel? How does that transfer, from the vaccine or from the virus, the vaccine to the human vessel, by being ejected logically, there's a logical way of reasoning, it's an energy. That's a force in me, I'm not doing this. I'm just the fact that you see my arm go back and forth, the slight bit as it is because of the weight of the pendulum. It still has a certain amount of weight. When you go, this is a centrifuge effect, so the weight gets doubled or tripled or quadrupled or whatever. So it gets quite heavy. So you can't keep your hand perfectly still. You don't need to. You will know where the pendulum wants to go. The pendulum, you will know. You become more aware of the ka, to speak with the pendulum, to be able to be more in tune with what is, Anyways, Corona 666. So how does it transfer to the body? Well, injection, of course. Stick it to this, but what is Corona? Because numerologically, what is Corona? What is Corona? Numerology is a sort of language, Numerology is a sort of language. It's a written language in numbers. It's a number letter or number of language based on numbers, so to say. And it goes both ways. It goes from language to numerology and numerology to language. Like Hell's Angels 18 or something on their vests, or 1 Hell A B C D E F G H 7 Angels 7A 70 771, or I'm gonna say 71 or so on their vests. Hell's Angels, Numerologically that makes up for H and A. Correct me if I'm wrong, but same goes for the corona vaccine. The coronavirus was conceived of, or was first found out about in the 60s, in the mid 60s of the last century, the plot of the elite of the Illuminati to of the Lord to Albert Pike, the 33rd degree Freemason that had written a letter how the 3 world wars would ferment. And this was in 1871. This was written in 1871, 30 years before the First World War. And they already knew how the first, the second, and the third World War were gonna be waged, and what the way of having the human race come to be enslaved. So, for instance, the First World War was being brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow by the power of the Tsars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. Atheistic communism, so people that lean towards not believing in anything, not believing in God, communism. And the Tsars were the Romanovs, I believe the Tsars of the Romanovs, for instance, they got murdered too before the First World War, or during the First World War or so. Anyways, that was the First World War, so I'll just read it entirely, okay? The divergencies caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic forces empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. So that was already noted in 1871. In 1871, they claimed, in essence, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Zionists claimed Israel back in 1871. They started the plan for that. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenda of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and political Zionism mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens are obliged to defend themselves against the overwhelming minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of the civilization and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will form that moment will be without compass or direction, anxious for an idea, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. The manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. So Christianity is the one to remain for the longest. Christianity is the largest of the three religions, so to say. It's the largest of the three. Judaism is really small. It's only 0.2% or so, or I don't know. Really small, low number. Islam is like 25-30%, and Christianity accounts for 40% of the world populace. The rest of the percentages go to Hinduism, Buddhism, to Sikh, whatever. Anyway, so this is the plan. This is the plan. This is the plan. So they had this planned in 1871, 1871. They had this already planned out. Believe the latter folks, believe the telltales of the Illuminati. Those are the granted telltales that you get to see, that you were like MH17, the crash site, the real crash site video of the Ukraine reporter that was there first on scene, made a video where she saw this video where blood-led corpses were laying there, all of them Asian, none of them European, none of them Dutch, none of them Netherlanders. It's all of them Asian, a green parrot, oil laying about, no blood to be found, blood-led corpses, rotting, by the way. How can they be rotting? They should be fresh. Stuff like that, What has happened to such a video gets to be deleted off the interweb, You cannot find it anymore. Maybe some people have locked it saved it stored it on their hard drive or so, but it doesn't rotate or it doesn't relate anymore, It doesn't go, you can't find it anymore. You just can't. So you must have seen it if you remember of it having been there, of it having even been there, I've seen it. It was a sick video, sick. I was like, what the fuck? This is fucking awesome, man. This can't go out. Who can that? MH17, all of them Asian corpses. No, European to be found, and they made a switch. The MH370 and MH17 have switched. They've switched position. I'm 100% sure. Have they switched position? Uh, energetically, not energetically, sort of etherically, artificially, etherically, and etherically. Artificial ether at play. So the cost goes, the cost goes. The artificial ether and the natural ether. It has anything to do with light, so the colors, the colors, all through with ether. How so with this Corona 666, Corona 666 spells for 666, and what is 666? It's ether. 666 is Saturn. 666 is code for with this. I believe what's this image? 666. Huh? I know I can't read molecule structures, I cannot. I need to learn that. It's something I've always found interesting, but wow, I had other things to do. I had to go to become an ascended master, I was crystallized to the point of my life and time that I was commit suicide, I was crystallized upon towards that point in life and time. It was just did I generate enough karma or enough dharma in the collective hymen of mankind so I could make the leap on towards this another try at life, instead of being dead. I should have died. These wounds that I inflicted myself, I barely survived. I was really, really lucky. I'm being told I resurrected after 3 days. After 3 days, I woke up. And then laying in the hospital, I was sedated. I was put to rest. They had me on pills or on medication or so, and I woke up after 3 days. So I woke up, and day in, I woke up, or the night that I was hospitalized, I woke up and said to my parents, "I'm sorry, Mama, Daddy. I'm sorry, Mom, Papa, Miss Piper. I'm sorry." Fell back asleep. I can't remember a thing of that. I can't remember anything I've said about. I can't remember anything of that moment. That was my alter ego. That was the karmic depth. The artificially etheric energetic flow in me that but to Tissikati had hotwired my ride, so to say. The alter ego is in essence your karmic depth. Your karmic depth is your alter ego. It is that wishes to diminish you, that wishes to call you, that wishes to come and claim you, that wishes to 666, Saturn or the Grim Reaper. So if you get injected with 666, the corona vaccine, the vaccination, it's not as much the molecules is known. The molecules is known because everything is consciousness. Everything in life and time is consciousness, and if you program it with a certain to get the fact that because of the biological organisms, the biological organisms remember the name granted to their strain of being, And what is a COVID-19 vaccine? What is that? That is a uit verband getrokken, thwarted, so to say, coronavirus, So the coronavirus has been put down to sleep. It's been put to sleep or so. It's not really active. It doesn't flare up into making you sick. At least that's what it's supposed to do. It gives you the ability to fend off even invading virus bacteria, virus particles. But with the 666, when you get the vaccine, The corona vaccine, the 666 vaccine, it remembers the 666, it remembers the 666. And it signs you, it tunes you into what? With the mind's eye, it tunes you into Saturn, you know. It tunes you into Saturn or the artificial ether. You don't want to go that way, folks. You don't want to go that way. I'm telling you. Keep it natural. Keep it down to earth. You know, don't go over to Saturn. Don't have your influence of your subconscious ring of influence force itself to merge with that of Saturn. You know, because that's what you're doing by taking the vaccine. Look into my story, anyways. Look at my story. Look at my story. And become 100% aware that the soul exists. You know, I just proved the soul exists. In essence, I just proved the soul exists. You know, and I wish I had more proof, more another approach, maybe a more efficient approach. I'm not sure. I'm effective. That I do know. Am I efficient? So the colors, 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 so the colors. Okay, I'm efficient too. Nice. I drink so much cola. I drink 6 bottles of cola a week. No, not a week. For 10 days or so, you know. 6 bottles for 10 days. I'm a liter and a half. So, half a gallon, so to say. You know. Almost a little bit more than half a gallon. 2.5 liters, right? No, that's 4 liters. Anyways, I recommend you not taking the vaccine. Man. Karma, Saturn, you know, you can deal with the coronavirus with the means of dealing with your karmic debt. You know, just clear your karmic debt. Do the soul work. You know, but who says the soul even exists? That is the peak of the pendulum. It starts swaying and asks the questions needed for you to become 100% positive that it is the truth. You know, and it does not take many questions. Believe you me, it doesn't take many questions. Can you imagine that I had to and that I had to entice myself into becoming spiritually aware? That I had to wake myself up. You've got the laser that someone else is doing the waking up for you. You know, wake up, wake up, wake up. Someone like me, you know, instead of having to do yourself. Otherwise, it would not happen. You know, many of you would fail. That's where a true sentinel comes in, a true warrior. You know, thunder with this. I don't have much to say. It was the tea. I am. I don't know. You know, too stickety. I'm tired. Yes, maybe a bit. I'm tired a bit. Do this. I'll be out for one night. I could stay for one more night. I could, but I'm not gonna. Then I'm gonna. Maybe I should. Maybe I don't know what to talk about. You know, I've been talking about all kinds of stuff already today. I've already flushed the gate, flushed the basin. You know, the reservoir. I can't extract more than I give out more than I can permit. So this is just to get whatever. Yeah, do stick it to I can't read it. This is noise. I've been sending a lot of messages today, yesterday to the Dutch Mental Health Institutions employees, Anne-Marie, William, Toon, and Hani. The last one is out of duty, but I keep on sending the messages too because I don't want them to be up to date, you know. Dus. I told someone on WhatsApp hoe denk jij dat de wereld nog gered kan worden? Zie je geen way out for the mensheid? Do you see any ways out for humankind? Do you see any ways out? He says, no, I look to myself. I don't care about the rest. That's what everyone does these days. That's what everyone does. But he's still open to communication, so do a sticker thing. I don't know what to talk about, I'm getting a stage. I'm not getting a stage anyways. I'm not getting a stage. Let me listen to people ignore me. I truly ignore it, you know. I could live with domesticated 13, 14, 8, go 11, 6, 12, 13, 15, 18, 16, 13, 16, 15, 15, 9, 10, 20. Oh, this not too much traffic, you know. What else is talking about? I don't know. Which is the part of the video? Yes. These may be unreleased, but I will give them video proof as to why they think they should be medicated. Please, please, I understand your energy is escalating. What it really is this cortisol, which in turn stimulates the adrenaline, creating that energy which you can feel good, maybe euphoric, magical, sexual, and all kinds of energy. You can even feel sick, pretty horrible. Then on top of it, you're stimulating yourself to create more. It's difficult to know for sure, as I do not know what is going on with you. Are you psychotic or do you have anxiety or depression? I have anxiety and depression. I truly don't. It's not really. If you have anxiety and depression, I mean, you got a good luck with epinephrine, also called trophanium. Maybe something to research and talk to your doctor about. They're off of mass altogether, you know. I want to go turkey when it comes down to antipsychotics. Yes, our hero dances such deep shit he doesn't even know it. Your worst enemy is you. As I see you in a circular pattern seeking that meaning of symbols, they can be good but turned into a possessive pattern like an addiction. Just like an addiction, thoughts are addicting. You are addicted to your thoughts. What is possessive patterns do? Distract us from the real problem. That is what is a real problem. It usually goes back to what I said earlier, comfort, the idea of love and finding one's purpose. You must unconditionally love yourself. Then as you expand out from the self, it will grow a little bit like a slow ripple effect. Let find others. Does anything resonate with you? The counterforce to Freudian psychology created a long list of human archetypes. One of them is the prophet archetype or shaman archetype. Carl Jung believed he was in his prophet category also. His mother may have brought in some esoteric occult knowledge into his life as well. We often have one dominant archetype and some minor ones. You also seem to have the hero archetype. Both are great, but you must get a grip with all that's outside of you, not just what is inside of you. I can't do this. Not read more. Stick it to it's too much. I'm sorry. Ja, she could do a stick it. Yeah, she's messaging me shitloads on Messenger too. Alina Santari, a sweet person, you know, but it's a bit too much for me now. I'm I don't care to read too much. I don't care to watch TV. I don't care to play games. I just care to do this, just to spread my story and to have people awaken to the higher self and the higher sense of self. With this, wow, how many times have I been watched? 20 views. I'm Saturn. Dude. I've only drank one beer tonight. I've only drank one beer. When I'm rushed out from the amphetamine, then I hardly drink beer. Maybe the first evening, but the second evening never. I drink to stick it to 50 to 60, 70% less alcohol when I am on amphetamine. But amphetamine is just destructive too. It's just destructive energy for your body too. It's to get to it. This will get the. It's just the truth. So the colors, 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 so the colors. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Your body can get. This is why body used to amphetamine. So the colors, 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 so the colors. This is destructive for other people that haven't been used to amphetamine as I have. So the colors, 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 so the colors. Exactly, but you get used to it. The bodily computer can chemically become accustomed to certain chemicals. Amphetamine for me is not chemical anymore. It's not aesthetically anymore. It's artificial ether anymore. It's normal, natural ether. Is it for artificial ether for individuals that have not used amphetamine just yet? So the colors. Exactly. For me, it's natural ether. Nowadays, I can only stay up for maybe one night, maximum two. I can't remember when for the last time we stayed up for 3 nights in a row. That must be 2 years ago or so, or 3 years ago. But after the octave shift, after the two hemispheres merging, my use of amphetamine, sticking to it this, well, for the beginning, it stayed the same. But I could just not just as long as I want to stay awake. I couldn't stay awake as long as I could beforehand. Beforehand, I could stay up for 4, 5, 6 nights in a row. The six is the longest I've ever been awake. It's been like 6, 7 years ago, or 5, 6, 7 years ago. But my brother on occasion still stays awake for 6 days, 6 nights in a stretch. He told me not too long ago, a week ago or so. A few weeks ago, he was up for 6 days, for 6 nights. I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. So I'm accustomed to amphetamine. So it seems. I must admit, if I use it the first day, then I can't sleep that night. Then I won't be able to catch rest that night. But it doesn't matter because I'm accustomed to that. I'm accustomed to using that drug, so I'm not thwarted by missing night's rest. No. It gives me energy. It gives me motivation. It gives me bravado. It gives me wants to get to get the bravado is a proper word. It's bravado again. Bravado. Blustery, swaggering conduct, youthful bravado, pretense of bravery, a pretense of bravery. Oh, stick it to. Is it the one? No, is it the one I want? No, is it the one I want? I get energy from the using of. And it's logic. It's logical. That's what it's made for. But it gives you focus. Gives you a creative mind. Makes you more blunt. That it does. It makes you less aware to how people might find it if you text message them. So I've pushed away a lot of people through my drug use, but it was for the just cause. For the just cause. My way is the only way out. 100%. Ascension. The research has to be done towards this subject. They cannot stop. They cannot diminish. They cannot keep on ignoring the facts that I'm portraying. I don't want to drag this on much longer. Few weeks maybe with this, maybe this. Should I take the Halo Aldo Pedagol upcoming Tuesday? Should the colors? I should not. Then maybe I'm not gonna. Then maybe I'm not gonna. Then I got a crisis again. Then oh no, crisis. Dennis also he hasn't taken his medication. He hasn't come for his medication. Oh, let's call him. Let's try if he can come over anyways. No, I'm not gonna come. Fuck off. Then we're gonna send the cops. Dennis, we're gonna send the police to come and pick you up. Fuck off. You've got too much power. For what? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I live here with my dog. I do this, I get to with this. I pester people maybe, but they can block me on WhatsApp or on Facebook or whatever kind of platform I use. They can just block me. I just don't have to ik heb een blad meer voor mijn mond. I don't take leaf for my mouth anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think. I'm right. I'm being truthful about this. I'm being truthful. People should start listening to me. So listen to me, Work to the wise. Fools rush in where wise men never go. Wise men never fall in love. Here's how I can stick it to it. Whatever. Like a good shit. I'll do it 30 minutes. Oh. Fools rush in where wise men never go. go. Do sticky thing. Get the. Game.com. Was it through the jumbling towards the vitals of the NWO preliminary backup system, further mental health ways of ways? No, I don't know what to do. Depends on how much you have to take the medication. They will set to trigger the Dutch mental health institution to go red alert. I mean, they might come up forcibly then, with police at their side and all the shenanigans and all the bullshit around it. I don't want that anymore. I'm done with that. I don't want that. I don't want to be treated that way. I want to be treated normally, like a normal human being. I'm not crazy. Fuck off. But you believe in dragons' death? Blah blah blah. Yeah, fucking I help it. Like a gushy. Oh, this thing. Fucking A, kankerbest. Ah, طيب. They haven't done any research into me. I'm 100% sure. The mental health institution, They tend to bombard them with information, and don't drip feed it. That's maybe what I should do. Usually, when I'm in the rush of, or not even in the rush, even though I'm sober these days, I still use WhatsApp to push messages. I don't have to use drugs anymore. 6 months ago, a year ago, I said I wasn't. That would have been the case. But I can't get that deep in my mind's eye anymore. I can't get psychotic anymore. I'm not psychotic. This is not a psychosis. This is me in a natural, relaxed state of being. Oh, this so tiresome. This. I'm centered. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the psychiatrist. I'm ready to take on the GGZ. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, and I'm prepared well enough to be able to make a case. But I just hate the way I'm being treated. Just like some rabies, some dog on rabies that you get to be treated. Do it just to get the. Well, I don't know. Like I'm sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm healthy as fuck. I'm healthy, you know. Dennis, you're a drug addict. You use drugs every week. I rest for 4 or 5 days, and then do a sick thing with the kid, do a sick this. That was the happening last week because of the girl, you know. But normally I would have something like that. Well, the last week, few weeks, I had more rest between times used. I don't care, you know. I don't care about my drug use. I don't care at all. It is for a better world, you know. But like a Nazi trying to run down Paris with a tank. We're to free people from anguish, from being ill-treated, and the NWO from the vile forces that run the Saturn cult that I have infiltrated. Egregicious, yay! My nose is stuffed. I haven't even sniffed that much, you know. Maybe 1 gram or so in 24 hours, or a little bit over 24 hours. 222, 222, 222. Word to the wise, you know. What word to the wise? Then it's, you don't have any wise words. You talk gibberish. What do? I'm gonna roll myself a split when I smoke a joint once they do the live feed, then I'm going to bed, I'm pretty sure. No, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? You know, because some of the things that I've sent to the mental health institution, you know. The beacon must be lit. Truthfully, so I don't understand why you're still not convinced by my statements. You've seen so much about me. The music that my ventilator made, the music that the angels, the music with the angel film, that I have the halo in my hand of a broken dinner plate. The fight move that I make with the 2 hands, or my poems, So Sticky, My Plea, My Pledge, or the Guy in Green. Or coming up with sayings such as with a smile and a grin, or at the octopus, or still creator with this, into with this. Then the sound with my nose that I have asked about at least a few hundred people, but no one can give me a positive response. Or the obsidian pyramid, which in a magical way has transformed into our 2 facets have been tainted with gold specks. Even that mystery, I understand now. Then were the names Wanneer wat dochter op Azaz en Opeus, the Pegasus, or Keramapiki, ho, zo, come from. Then my dragon guys zijn like Ogloop, Kozleova, Kozos, like Bet, Kauka, Ah, Dwayne, de Maha, Kara, Igig, Da, Dem, deze Hebet, Efaas, Varia, Ebede. Or then the Dragon Collective, our elemental dispositional parents, Hari and Hefefe, or they that. Then the fact that Eakoa, my soulbound crystal, the name has been for Lemurian Jade, Eakoa, the name for Lemurian Jade, is verified by Mario Light of the Crystal Web Shop, Spiritual Garden, and my son Elmo and Malik, and the Mills, and even 5 people more. Basically, crystals can be programmed with conscious being, fields of bubbles of conscious bubbles of being. You can program the crystals, and those crystals, those conscious being. An elementalist picks up with the pendulum through the ether, be it through intuition, like Quantahi is a name that I've come up with for purple fluoride, or with the pendulum found out about name Lemurian Jade Eakoa. This is already quite a lot of truth. Then to finish off my synchronicity with Saturn 666 and 8 or 38 of the Dragon horoscope, especially Elvis Presley sync is a really special sick one. I'm gonna walk them golden stairs when I die. When I die, whoa, I'm gonna walk them golden stairs, cause I know my Jesus answers all my prayers. 666 likes, aka Saturn, aka the Father. So the Father and the Son in one sync. And then not to forget to mention the tin bucket. Tin is Jupiter that I've used in a ritual with Saturn at the River Maas. And the cross that I have that I've made possible my Instagram timeline because I've paid for it. 88 euros and 88 cents to my ex-girlfriend, my twin flame, Chanel van Praag. Without the transaction, I couldn't have made the cross. This was the outcome of a ritual that I had to do. 88 euros and 88 cents is a lot for personal benefits, and that money. I don't need the money back because it was more than worth it. So all the above, and then the woven story that I bring with live streams and movies, I come with an incredible amount of knowledge. That of the creme de la creme, David Icke, David Wilcock, Corey Good, Graham Hancock, Michael Tellinger, and then for instance the late Lord Pi. I've spent thousands of hours researching the conspiracies of this world, from chemtrails to Nibiru, and then my spiritual seek and find. Literally thousands of hours before I tried to kill myself on the 25th of January 2017. 8 times, 9 times, forgive yourself, screaming for your parents to leave the house, to the cat to say you, and thereafter tried to kill yourself out of the blue with a piece of glass. Then nobody wanted to listen to me. Now come with words like "kihim," and my language that truly resonates with the youth of these days. This who's gonna be it? Who's gonna have it at the right end? The fat chance that I'm gonna stop resisting myself against the GGZ regime. I am an ascended master, a Christ conscious person, which is being undermined, artificially theoretically seen with a concoction tincture of Saturn. Again, Halo is Saturn. Halo Perido. And I don't even mention the Perido story, which I can't prove truly still yet. So I'm gonna move on that too fast. But today I found out about the south pole of Saturn, the Dragon Storm. It's called the Dragon Storm. Again, that's another second association with Saturn with the Dragon. And I'm on my way to the third or we already have the third. Thoros associates with the dragons with Saturnus too. The Roman Saturnus is Kronos. The Roman Saturnus is Kronos, the Greek. Weer the Osman, son of Snake, Dennis William Osman, Dennis Dionysus Christus, Dennis Sin, Karma, and thus the soul exists. And I proved that. I truly have been ignored, This is a bag of skunk. It's a big bag, but it's skunk. For 50 euros, so what the fuck ever. Why can't the hackers just come to research me, Come to the fact, come to the understanding that I need to be researched. It must be researched. It must be acknowledged. Oh, this weed is not the best weed there is. But I've got a lot of it, so it's a plus side. What is there left to talk about? Nothing. Truthfully so. I'm here all alone. I'm all alone. I haven't got any backup from anyone, from no one. I have to do it all by myself, all of it. So if you're named Osman like me, Osman, Dennis Osman, you aesthetically draw in knowledge from the collective hymen of mankind for the sounds, Ouroboros, Chronos, Osman, Krotos, Kratos, to stick it in to get this Wizard of Oz, Os, Osman, the son of Snake. I've just done it, Fucking kankerzooi zeg. Echt bizar. Osman. Tomorrow evening I'm gonna go to my parents' place. I'm gonna watch a video over there with my Netflix. Those are the only moments during the week or during the entire week, even the weekend that I watch TV. I might watch maybe I might watch for about approximately on average 2 hours of television a week. That's about maximum. That clears your nostrils. Such relief. Smerig. Heel geel. Was heel geel. Was heel geel. Dat je juist. Oké. Wacht even. Heb ik het gedaan, hondje? Heb ik het gedaan? Een kusje dan? Heb ik het gedaan? Kusje dan? I can just explain why I reason the way I reason. I can explain why I believe that which I believe. I can explain why I sense the things that I sense. For instance, the clairsalience, the smells of the whiff of a smell. The smell of a fart or cologne or angels or demons or Saturn or fluorite, or you can pinpoint it out. You can make sense of it that it comes from a certain being, like a dragon. I smell dragons. You truly understand that you smell a dragon when you smell it through clairsalience. Don't you worry. You know that you smell a dragon. A typical dragon smell. As if you smell, you see it. You just know, oh, there's a dragon. Oh fuck, what the fuck? Now nothing to figure. What the fuck? But yeah, the first time I smelled it, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? There's a dragon. There's a dragon. There's dragon smell. It truly colors your mind's eye. It truly colors your psyche of how you portray or perceive a certain creature. With smelling. perceiving through smell, perception through smell. Does the soul travel to stick it to the get to from the heavenly bodies to the soul to the incarnation, moment of incarnation, through means of sound most, simply so the goes through smell second, so the colors, a light third, so the goes. So a soul travels through sound, mostly so, smell secondly, and thirdly, light. Smell too. I don't want to get locked up. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble, but I must. I feel that we're running out of time. 2021. How many more years am I going to have to fight for this? For more consciousness into the world. I can't go live on Facebook for 30 or 28 days because the swastika on my profile picture. Swastika is such a benevolent symbol. So demonized, so thwarted with by the elite of this world. Hey, what you been doing here? Such a sweet dog. Such a sweet little doggy. I do it this to get thee. No, it supports me. That's the weird thing about. Oh, fuck. Oh, crap. Oh, it totally clears away. I almost burned my screen with the candle over here. And it toppled over. So that was something special. Kan ik zo als we blinken. I'm so lonely, I'm so lonely. I have nobody for my own, except for my dog. This is your kitty, wow. I'm so glad with her. So glad with her. Domestic things. She's such a sweet dog. With this, she does really well inside. She doesn't poop or pee inside anymore. She hasn't done for a month or so, I think now, maybe. And even if she does it, I'm not going to complain. I'm not gonna uh, correct her or whatever. I should have just let her out sooner, outside. there, I there. Ether, artificial ether, natural ether, and I there, crystal. Why is that much potential? Is it now? Do this. I've already done a nice live feed today, but I've only got 20 views on my YouTube because I don't have any subscribers. And I've got 105 subscribers on my other channel, but this one is not as well thought to as well visited. And people hardly click at authenticity, they hardly follow me, they hardly show interest in me. I don't know why I'm still here for, The only thing that keeps me up and going is, wow, do this. Is amphetamine the primary thing that keeps me going? Should the culture, colors. Exactly. Amphetamine is the majority of the reason that I still can't keep on pushing, But is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? No, I don't believe so. It's for the greater good, And it's not as if do this. Am I neglecting myself? I'm on the computer in any way, shape, or form? Should the colors? No, I'm not. I'm not. I take care of myself. I brush my teeth. I take my showers. I clean up my house as much as I'll do. I don't really dust. I do dishes. I do. I let the dog for walks. I do this. I heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Beforehand, I have quite a nice voice, Before I did this to myself, I do it stick it to you. So a website, is it okay? Is it any good? Should I adjust it? What should I do? I don't get any feedback whatsoever. I don't get any. Not whatsoever, Not from the dog, The dog always barks, Growls. Hey, hallo zo. Mondje patontje. Waar is het dan? Ah, zoals wat de kost niet. Precies wat ik moet. This is how far to stick it. This is how far mesmerizing to. For the secondary explosion. So this is the just get lighter gas. I'm lighting up lighter gas. It makes this nova, it explodes. It makes this nova. It totally disappears, so it seems. And then comes what? Out of the blue, another nova. You know, what do with this? Is that to be considered a miracle? Should it goes to God's colors? Should it goes to God's colors? Should it goes to God's colors? It's a miracle. If it's considered a pendulum, it's a miracle. So that's what your heightened energetic being does to the elements, you know. Makes fire want to combust a second time, even though it's out of fuel, you know. It's bizarre. One more time. I hear people think one more time. There's music in the background, as you can't hear it now, it's static noise. I hear the flame, it just dies out entirely, you know. And then out of the blue come two. Where did it come from? Where did they come from? I'm gonna make a short live feed on this phenomenon. So I'm gonna call this one Distant Kitty. What do? How? Distant Kitty. Whatever.